time slot. I'm like, yeah, 12's fine. That works.
Very cool. Well, that means you're going to set the bar high, and then everybody else is going to have to elevate too, right?
That's the plan.
So we got 15 minutes. All right. So
Okay.
I want everybody to get connected with who you are. So go ahead and share with everybody your story. You know, how long you've been in the business? How did you get in?
Yeah, definitely. So so before real estate, I was actually a bill collector. So that's the reason why I'm not scared to prospect or be on the phone, because that's all I did 8 hours a day. For people with no money, now it's kind of people with some money, right? Or maybe.
Right.
So it's definitely a different ball game, and there's a lot more reward to what I do now opposed to then. So that's where I came from. Before then, I actually got into the business. I was recruited by my past broker. He said, wait a minute, you're a bill collector during the day and you bartend at night? That's like you're a people person and you call people all day? That's exactly what real estate is. You should try it. Obviously told him he was nuts, recruited me for about 4 months, and then I finally got my license. So
wow.
That was
when was this, by the way?
4 years ago. So 2015, December of 2015. So actually this year will be 5 years in December.
Wow.
That I've been in the biz.
Well, welcome to the industry.
Thanks. I know it feels like it's been a long time. A lot has changed. You know, I'm a mom now. I wasn't before then. So.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations.
A lot changed in 5 years. That's for sure.
Yeah, very cool. Well, I mean, you definitely are able to have different perspective because you come from those industries and you come into real estate. You're like, yeah, you can apply your, who you are, and obviously you've been extremely successful at it. So just tell everybody, what kind of success you've been experiencing here. You've been in the business 5 years. So what have you done as far as production, just so everybody gets a little bit more understanding of what you've done here over the years?
Sure. Yeah. So year one and year two, just kind of starting off, I want to say I did, maybe 12, 13 deals year one, 17 deals year two, and then it's been consistently 30. So about 11, 12 million is my average for the last 3 years.
Wow.
So that's probably about 35 units is my average now a year.
Wow.
So just really being consistent, I mean, it's progressively gotten better and better and better every year, which it's supposed to, because, the more houses you sell, the more referrals you get, the more, even things that you learn, mistakes, good, bad, meeting people like you, connecting with an amazing, EXP. I mean, just being able to collaborate with other people. I mean, that's really taken my business to a whole another level in the last 3 months, just by meeting all of these wonderful people. So it's going to get better and better. And I can anticipate probably closing somewhere around 45 transactions this year.
Nice. So 45 transactions. And you also have your daughter, which I see her all the time, on your Instagram and your Facebook. She's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
So, I think you're outstanding. I mean, you're crushing it in the business. You're a single mom. I mean, you're taking action on a daily basis. I mean, you're just an action taker. So I think it's very cool for everybody to understand, what made you have this kind of mindset, right? Like, what is it? I mean, if you give us maybe a list of books that you've read, or what was that shift for you in your life?
Yeah, reading definitely helps too, because I will say I never even with my first year of having that kind of production where I sold, 30 units or so, I didn't even read that year. I didn't even start reading until the last 2 years. And that's really just skyrocketed everything for me. So wow. A couple of good books that I read is really just trying to dissect, people as a human, and really connecting with them on a personal level, because at the end of the day in real estate, if somebody likes you and thinks that you're somebody that they would hang out with outside of the business world, they're always going to use you, right? So there's a book called Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones, and that one was really good, because wow. It just gives you a lot of little tips on how to connect with people to get them to agree to making the right decision when it comes to using you, and or just making the decision to purchase in general, because it's a smart investment move. So that one was really good.
What's the book again, please? That way your audience knows. What's the book again? I'm sorry.
Exactly What to Say. And you know what? There is a real estate version of that. And that's not the one I read. I just read the basic one. But there is a real estate version one out there. But I just kind of wanted to go back to the, just to the OG one and see what that was. So yeah, Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones.
Okay. Thank you for the golden nugget. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, and that one's a pretty short read too. So read or listen, whichever you do. It's not very long. But there's another one that I'm in now, and this one is really, you know, a lot of the times, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I have all these little quotes. I know that Leo, you've been seeing some of them, and
I love it. I
have to stop. But this one I'm doing Audible, and I have to like stop and write these quotes down every time, because it connects so much with what we do for a living. And this one's called The Wealthy Gardener.
The Wealthy
Gardener.
Gardener. I love the title. I love it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wealthy Gardener. Basically, the whole premises to the book is that nothing comes overnight. You know, if any of you have gardened, or I haven't, but I can imagine how long it takes to make something come from dirt and seeds to what people do, and how much time you have to spend in the garden, and how much time you have to spend nurturing it. I mean, it's the same with our business and your pipeline, right? You have to nurture it. You have to stay top of mind. You have to make sure people know that you're still alive, right? Yeah. And that's how you really,
that's
really.
Awesome. I love the book title. I mean, that's something I've always believed in. You know, it's just like, you know, think like a farmer. You have to think long term and building relationships, and you're doing it right, which is hence why you're successful, right? You're taking care of people. You're in their world. You're coming from contribution, and now it's expanding. And I'm pretty sure that you're getting referrals as a byproduct. And if you can walk through people and let them know, you know, kind of like percentages or where you see your business coming from.
So I will say I actually just did, I'm super analytical. So I just did the numbers the other day, and right now with all the current ones that I have either sold or are in escrow, 63% is from social media.
Wow.
So
63%.
53% is from social media.
Wow.
or social media referral, right? Like somebody will message me and, hey, you know, Susie Jones was talking, you know, about buying a house, and I sent her your information. But that's still coming from how they saw me on social media, and that's it. So just really coming from a place of value, because nobody cares when you say, oh, just sold. And that's not what the point is. The point is to tell the story of where this family came from, because it's not easy to buy a house. It's not easy to make the decision to sell. And so really tell the story of how they were able to accomplish this goal, and tying the emotion to that is what people like to see, because it's familiar to them. A lot of people have been in a hardship. A lot of people have had bad credit. A lot of people have rented for 10 years, right? I was one of them. So, right. So really to just show people that it is possible to do it if you put the time in. Mm-hmm. But 3% has been social media, and then of course some other referrals and regular cold calling, prospecting, door knocking, open houses. I do miss those because I love my face to face. But we'll get back to that.
Absolutely. What time do you wake up in the morning? That's just a question I had for you. What time do you wake up? 5 o'clock in the morning. So you have like a clockwork every single day.
Oh, every day. Yep. Because that's the only time, as a single mom, that's the only time I get me time. Because my little one is 3 years old, so she's mommy, and jumping all over me the second she's awake, because now she has lots of energy too, right? So that's the only time I get me time. So I take that time to do my morning stretches or workout, and kind of rotate that now. That's something that I've been doing recently. And then obviously my Audible, getting ready, taking a shower, meditation, that kind of thing. So I just have at least 2 hours of just quietness.
Nice.
For myself.
Nice. So before the entire world starts to start to request your time and your energy, right? Mm-hmm. That's so key. And walk people through your day. Walk people kind of like where you're like, what does a day in your life look like in business?
So I do another book, The Miracle Morning. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that.
I love it. Yeah.
So that one's good. That's something that I start off with. I have a glass of water, and my phone is in the bathroom, so that when my alarm goes off, it makes me get up and go into the bathroom.
And get out.
So that way I can't shoot my way back down. Yeah. So that, chug a glass of water. I'd like to take my shower first, because it kind of wakes me up, gets me in that go mode. And then I'll either do a little workout or a stretch, something like that. And then get ready. And while I get ready, obviously takes girls a lot longer than you, Leo. But then I get ready and I listen to my Audible, and that's at least an hour every single day, accompanied with breakfast and that good stuff. And then when my daughter wakes up,
my beard,
well, yeah,
I still got to do my beard and every day,
That's true. When my gets up, I actually wake her up, and I wait until she's awake to do our affirmations, because I have a 3-year-old do it with me in the mirror.
That's awesome. So maybe can you share some of the affirmations? What are those affirmations? Maybe the top 3. So
the top 3 is I'm going to call somebody that's willing, ready, and able to work with me today. Right. That's one of them. And then so I tell her, I am the best mommy, and you are the best daughter, to make her repeat that. and then they would be foolish not to use us as an agent, something like
Wow.
that. So
Love it.
yeah, and then we are beautiful. We always make her say that one a good 3 times before we leave for the day. So she kind of
Wow.
chuckles. She's 3. She doesn't really get it, but she will. I mean,
she's getting it for sure.
It's routine. So she laughs and like, okay, mommy, I am beautiful. So I'm like, no, you got to say it again. And we stand there in front of the mirror. So
that's beautiful.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I love that. I love that. Well, also, going from that now, share. I mean, you already did. You said social media, right? The top, because obviously there's a shift. Everybody's kind of concerned about this whole shift. So, what would you say are the top 2 things that agents should be focusing on right now?
So, number 1, just remain top of mind, right? So top of mind means come on social media and bring value. So when I want to bring value, I want to talk about, hey, let's give you some points on new builders, new builds. What are the tricks to new builds? Because I just learned this week that you can do payments on your deposit for new builds. I never even knew you could do that. So just those types of things and really sharing that with other people. What are interest rates doing? And just talk with your lenders, talk with your vendors, talk with people, and just get some information, and then just do a live video with that accompanied by, hey, guess the square footage of this house I just sold. Let me announce the winners, right? Because people are what's in it for me. That's a lot of the time. That's what people want to see. So I'm giving out, $5 to $10 Starbucks gift card. That's what's in it for them. But
I love what you do with that. With your prices.
Yeah, the prices, right? And the guesses. So, but I'm going to make them listen to the facts of like the market and this and that first, and then we're going to get to let's find out who won. Right? Because I really do want these people to be educated when they're making those decisions on going with the new build or getting pre-approved or doing that. So I would just say be top of mind, but also be a human, right? People still want to see you and your life and your family, that kind of thing. So I do put a lot of real estate content out there, but I also, have some stuff of me and my daughter as well. So just remain top of mind and be active on social media. Even if you don't have anything that's sold or that's in escrow right now, look at this house I showed, guess the square footage of the one I showed, because you're still out there, you're still working. So I would say be top of mind and add every single person you meet into your CRM.
Yes.
That's the
huge.
biggest. Yeah, that's huge. So I would say just those 2, so that way you can check in with people. Like now, like it's, you meet somebody at Starbucks and you have just their email or just their Facebook, whatever the case may be. I still put them in my CRM and say, this is their Facebook link or this is their email, whatever the case may be. So that way you can still follow up with them during times like this. Hey, I know I met you at Starbucks. It's crazy that I can't walk in and meet anybody at Starbucks right now. It's all drive-through.
Right. Have you done anything on Zoom these days? Are you doing a lot of like your meetings via that or kind of like what? Okay. Yeah,
so I do buyer consultations is the main one that I'm doing on Zoom right now, just to really educate the clients on the process. I have a buyer VIP plan that I kind of go over with them step by step, or just really to answer any concerns, reservations, hesitations, right? Because they all have that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people aren't just going to go to a lender first. I mean, I explain it as I'm the smile and the lender's the dentist, right?
Yeah.
So they want to hear from you first. They want to ask the questions because you're the familiar face or you're the referral.
Right.
So yeah, I would say that. And then just really time management. A lot of people say,
that's huge.
I have a balance. I have to have a balance with life, family. I do agree a balance is the benefit
kind of breaking up there. Kind of breaking up there a little bit. Let me see. You're back. You're back. Yeah. So we got like another 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So I just want to tell you that 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say and I understand that the time management and the family balance can be a challenge for a lot of people, but just really come up with a perfect daily schedule. Try to as much as you can. I have a 3-year-old. If I get a call from a client and it's something serious, I go grab a scoop of M&Ms, I hand them to her, and I go make my call, and she's good. And I just try to make that call as quick as I can. But at the same time, people love to know that you're real too. So if they hear her in the background, it's not the end of the world,
Ciera,
so just read top of mind.
Thank you so much for sharing everything you shared with us today. And man, I could have an entire show on your strategies and everything you're doing. But just wanna just one last thing. I just want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge you as a leader. I want to acknowledge you as a powerhouse. I want to acknowledge